please welcome our double diamond, YVONNE.
Good morning. Good morning. This is the very first section for the EXPO. I think we need more energies. Good morning. Wow, SAPPHIRE meetings. I was told that this is the very first real person event after 2 years. And during the 2 years, I don't know what have you received from the pandemic. I certainly learned a lot. I learned not to take everything for granted. Not to take health for granted, not to take wealth for granted, and do not take this kind of in-person meeting for granted. Let's give ourselves a round of applause for counting the blessing that we can still be here in person. So, when I was packing to come to Las Vegas, my husband asked me, where are you going this time? You know, by the way, once you become financial independent, your husband doesn't, we don't need to report to husband, by the way. So I said, well, I was going to Las Vegas for EXPO. And the very first comments coming from my husband is, Las Vegas, it must be fun. See, he is only 50% correct. Because the price by having fun, you gotta do the work behind the scene. Would you agree? So what I would like to share with you about what I have been doing in the last 10, 11 years by coming to a meeting like this. Because why we come to a meeting like this? Learning, bonding, and don't forget, we want to have fun, correct? So, in order to accomplish those to the maximum, I think there are two types of working at the event like this. The first type of working is I call written on the program. It's a structured working. That means what you take out your name tag, you see all the programs. To me, that's one type of working. You know, you attend a meeting like this. Tonight we have a great openings, and we have a packed program for the next few days. But I tell you, I accomplished the most, not only by attending the meeting like this. I accomplished the most with my team at the other type of working, which is not written on the program. In between the meeting, for examples, we have a master class throughout the day, and we have an evening general sections. And after general section, that's my non-written working hours. And before, from evening until tomorrow morning, that is my non-written program as well. So are you with me so far? Yes. So this section, I'm going to talk to this section because this section has no response. Are you with me so far? Yes. I don't like to talk, you know, a few years I realized the best training is not coming from the leader. I think the best training is coming from a friend. And I would like to be your friend today. And I would like to share with you what I have done and what I have learned so that you can join Jeunesse for the next 12 years. By the way, happy birthday, Jeunesse. So I'm going to give you 5 guidelines that I do that I never do the training to others. And it's very interesting, the corporate asked me to share with you talking about this working weekend. So I'm going to give you 5 guidelines, but most importantly is in addition to the guideline, I will share with you what have I done. What do I do as an example? So the first guideline to make a working event is number 1, you have to plan ahead. Plan ahead. So what I have done is prior to Las Vegas meetings, I already talked to, because this is for North America. So I flew to Texas. Where is the Texas team? All right. Everything is big with Texas, including fun. So I took a trip to Texas last month to prepare, to get them come to the event like this. It's called planning. See, everything is about planning. So I also talk to the leaders about what we can do when we spend the 5 days here. So I talk to the leaders. I learn about who are coming. Are they new people? Are they senior peoples? Are there any special case individuals that we need to meet? Because we're in the world that we can come to one city at the one facilities. So you got to treasure your chance. Because usually I sleep about 3 to 4 hours during an event like this. So I talk to the leader prior to Las Vegas event so I can plan my schedule, what I need to do on the program meetings and also in between the meetings. So plan ahead. And during the COVID time, I think a lot of people are hesitant to come to an event like this. So I'm from California, so I took advantage of the short distance. Instead of flying to Las Vegas, we can just drive to, I don't know, depending on your driving skills, between 2 to 4 hours, you can get to Las Vegas from Los Angeles. So I decide, along with the team leader, we'll hire a coach bus coming from Los Angeles to Las Vegas round trip. So instead of driving, sometimes there could be last minute incidents, people don't show up. And we also want to bond the people together, starting from Los Angeles. So, of course, yesterday we left California, Los Angeles about 8:30. But since we spent so much time packing, so we slept most on the bus. But about half hour before we reaching the destination, we have a small section on the bus. See, that is considered as working event prior to the event, but it's not written on the program. Are you with me so far? Yeah. So we start to debrief or share with the attendee, especially those people who are at the event for the very first time. By the way, who is at the expo for the very first time? If this is your first expo, raise your hands. Let's give a round of applause to these people. You never know, one event will change your life. So we have a talking section on the bus to inform the attendee what to expect so they are educated. Because especially with this kind of destination, Las Vegas, either you see your teammate at the meeting or you see them at the slot machine. So you make sure we talk, communicate ahead of time. So the first one is plan ahead. The second guideline is I design my schedule based on the purpose. So I divide the group that I see. So most of my teammates, they speak both language, English and Chinese. But I also have a group of individuals, they only speak English only. It's nothing wrong. It's time to pick up another language. Anyway. So I decide my time. When I should meet with the English group individual, and for the Chinese-speaking individual, I divide them into two groups. One is a non-sapphires, and the other group is sapphires. And also, I have some leaders who have been in this business for quite some time. They really want to get to the very top. Then we have a special section with them, maybe over breakfast, to talk to them about their goals after the event. So you can decide, because when you do the meeting, especially the non-written meetings at your room or at the coffee shop, it's very important for you to understand your audience well. So, okay so far? So, now the third guideline I call open section. Open sections. That means before the event, you want to prepare. You want to get your team excited about what to expect. So ever since yesterday and the prior planning meetings, I know there will be a few highlights for this expo. One is the 2 brand new cutting-edge products. I am so excited. After I learning about the product, seeing the product, I say, wow, these 2 products will change the world. Literally change the world. This will define genetics for the next decades. So I feel excited. And without sharing the, based on the compliance, confidentialities, without disclosing the product name or look or pictures, but I give them some preview talk So it's like preview of the movie. So they feel, what is this? What is this? Now all my team are excited because I showed them what to prepare. The second highlight for the expos would be the package, correct? There will be the very first brand new feature ever introduced in the last 12 years built in this expo package. Do you want to know? I cannot tell you. But make sure you show up. The number 3 highlight is to celebrate 12 years in GNS. We are going to have an incentive in addition to the expo pack. You are able to earn cash, $1,000 if you do this. Are you excited? Yes. Do you want to know? Yes. See, that is the work we do. It's called open sections. So to me, yesterday, let me tell you my schedule yesterday. I arrived around 2 o'clock. Then we attend the committee meetings and Diamonds meeting to receive all this information. And then we have a dinner. After dinners, I meet with my leaders in my room until I don't know what time, 11:30 or 12 o'clock, because I want to talk to the leaders, because only until the leader get excited, their team will get excited as well. Are you with me so far? We are like the head of the train. We need to have the power. We need to get excited in order to move ahead. So I tell the team about what to expect, the leaders, and the 3 highlights of the events. And I also schedule a Zoom meeting with my international directors. Following the general section tonight, I'm going to share with them how to promote these 2 products. Because there are always things written, but there's always things non-written. Are you with me so far? So that's the opening section. And let me tell you why I set up the opening section with the leaders. Because I want the team to go through the entire event. Then we will have the 4th guideline, which is called closed sections. Because I usually don't want to meet with the team until they go through the entire event, because I'm not the one doing the work. It's the ambience, it's the meetings, it's the settings would do the work for them. So this type of events would help me to warm up the team. So the 4th guideline, which lead me to the 4th guideline, which is the closing sections. So after today is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, after we close the expo event, I think we will close at 3:30 roughly. Half hour after the 3:30, I will meet with the entire expo attendee again in my beautiful bedrooms. It's not beautiful, but it's nice. So, because we have many attendees here, all the attendees been through the 4 days event, they got excited. The key is you don't just want to bring the excitement on the way home. You got to bring excitement with a clear goal and action plans and send them home. So we will have a closed sections always at the last evening of the event. So we get the team to introduce themselves, to share what they have learned. So again, I'm just a facilitator. I'm not the one do the work. It's the ambience and it's the team to share. And by the way, in this business, it's a marathon. This is not a 100-meter game. Are you with me so far? If you want to learn something from this section, remember this is a marathon game. You need to walk and you want to last and you want to show up all the time, because this is a marathon. So sometimes we are up, sometimes we are done. So when I have those kind of meetings at my rooms, I usually will mix with the team so that they will get inspired from each other's story and from each other's success and also reflections. So I love that. So it is those type of meetings at the hotel rooms that really do most of the work. So the last guideline I would like to share with you is, remember, even though there are 2 types of meetings, written it, like the one written on the program, and non-written programs. But never ever pull your team outside of the written program to do your own meeting. That's called ego. That you think you can do much better job than the speaker on the stage. Let me see who is leaving right now. Are you with me so far? Because sometimes it's not about one person, it's about the entire ambience. So never ever pull your team outside of the rooms. And I want to share with you this one true story. You know, we have a gymnastics university, and we started in Greater China. I still remember the very first, I don't know, the second or third one. We had our gymnastics university at a hotel in Hong Kong. So I attended gymnastics university event. After that, I flew to Taiwan to continue to build the business. So I met with one of the teammates who also attended gymnastics university. So I said, well, so what did you like the most from the program? So I thought she would mention about certain speaker or certain segment of the program. But what really get her to think and to work in gymnastics is about one incident that she waited in front of the elevators. So I said, what did you like the event? She said, it's great. I said, which part you like the most? She said, you know what? When we were waiting at the elevators, and I was watching all the people, because, you know, with a crowded room, the elevator, you have to wait. So she said, I was watching and listening to people. And I heard nothing but goodness coming out from the members. People are sharing about how the product really helped them and their friends and their families, and how gymnastics is so good as a backup plan or as a business. And I thought for a few seconds, I said, how come incidents happen in front of the elevators give her the most? And I realized, wow, because that's genuine. That's very genuine. Because there's no any personal interest about people talking to her. Actually, people do not even talk to her in front of an elevator. People just have a conversation, but she was there listening. She said, that is true. If so many people give good compliments about this platform, this must be a good platform. So never ever underestimate any incidents, any settings of the entire expos. So these are the 5 guidelines that I would like to share with you. You know, a lot of time when I travel, people ask me about the tip, the secret to do the business. I said, there's no secret. I basically do what I have done in the last 10, 12 years. It's not a rocket science. But I think when you have the good intention that put the best interest of your team, not your personal interest, and with the little small skills or here and there you learn about how to open the case, how to showcase, how to lead a team, all those are the easy parts. When you have a good intentions and you always show up, you know, very soon you will get to the top. So I hope today my sharing with you will give you an opening about what to expect in the next 5 years. Next 5 days. I need my coffee. Next 5 years. I tell you, why I like to come to the event like this. There are times I say, I've been to this event so many times already, but what I need to show up. I think when I come to the event like this, not only it inspires me, it humbles me. Because when I see the team, you know, some of them dragging their kids come to the event, or some of the members, they you know, drive many miles and come to the event, I see the hunger from their eyes. And it makes me realize the true meaning of doing this business. For those of you who know me personally, I love making money. I love money. And that's my intention joining gymnastics. I treat this as a business opportunities. But only after you work in the field with the right intention and really building in the trenches, not building on the stage, building in the trenches, you realize there's a purpose why our God put us here. There is a real purpose because we can bring hope and we can bring the solution to the people out there. So I encourage all of you, take advantage of the next 5 days. Make sure you show up. Don't let me see you at the slot machine. The slot machine, if you're lucky, you win small money, but the big money is right here at the platform. Your weekly check. Okay? So have that. I want to say thank you for all of you for showing up, and I look forward to celebrate the next 12 New Years with all of us. Thank you.